It's not for the faint of heart. That's what this industry is. It is a hidden diamond, but you got to dig through a lot of shit to get to that diamond.
Yeah.
It is hard to get to that diamond. It is buried beneath some treacherous shit.
Yeah.
And you got to have a little bit of that dog in you, and I can teach you how to do the rest, but you got to want more for you. The less you care about the money you make, the more money you make. It used to be cool chasing six figures. It's cooler to help make somebody else six figures than it is for you to make six figures.
I'm going to reference something in baseball. It's like, as a closer, well, not everybody's going to say yes. You're going to fail, but you got to let it get past it and keep moving forward. And you keep that mindset. Every no is going to get you that little bit closer to a yes. So, and then you're just stacking victories.
And that's the name of the game.
Now tuned in to the best roofing podcast in the world, the Roof Trollz.
Here we go, yo.
All right, here we are, baby. We're back. Thursday. Day before Friday and garbage day if you live in Valparaiso. That's how I remember my Thursdays, is garbage day. I am excited to be back in the podcast. Obviously, I love doing this, and I love having new guests every week. And Jimbo, I have worked with Jim for about 7 years. Jim is my guest this week. Jim, what do you do here at Romans? What is your role here at Romans?
Right now, I took on the role of sales director, and I'm one of the managing partners as well. So a lot of tasks to be done, a lot of new things for me. I'm excited. It's been one hell of a ride, ups and downs, but I'm here to help and find solutions and for Romans and see if we can figure things out.
And I'm excited to have you on here because a lot of people don't know you personally, and the ones that do know you personally, they know that you struggle to get in front of a camera.
Yes.
And you get extremely nervous. We shot a video here a few weeks ago. It was like a Ratatouille video. It was a little concept I created, but I thought you'd be perfect for the chef role. And when you went in there,
oh man, it was. I'm a nervous wreck in front of the camera. I loved, actually, the movie was phenomenal. I still watch it whenever I see it come on.
Love Ratatouille.
Love it. My kids are older, and we still, they watch it as well.
I watch it without my kid.
Yeah. So I'm a nervous wreck, but this is way out of my comfort zone. But I'm here. I'm excited to share whatever.
And that's what makes it so special, because salespeople, at least good salespeople, it's all about stepping out of your comfort zone as well. So I know that I used to manage over the same team that you manage over now, minus a couple people. And that was always an emphasis for us, was to get out of your comfort zone. Stop doing what you're comfortable doing, because what you're comfortable doing is put you where you are. And if we're looking to get to that next level, and I hope that everybody here is looking to get to that next level, so you eventually are going to have to step out of the comfort zone. So what's that looked like for your sales team? Like, how are they doing?
I mean, definitely stepping out of comfort zones is a big thing. And the people is like, hey, I'm going to stretch them, because they are used to being coached and they do things a certain way. I've been doing a lot of closings the last 3.5, 4 years, and I come with a different perspective, where they're going to have to stretch.
Closings, you're referring to like the color pickouts.
Yeah, so writing work contracts and discussing upgrades and all that technical stuff, identifying, pitfalls on a house and try to, turn an older home into a beautiful new home, getting with the team and discussing, okay, you got to see it this way. Yeah, I understand. You may not understand all that stuff, but we're going to have to stretch, get in front of a customer, and go through it together, and I help them identify all that stuff, and it's exciting. A lot of guys are invested, and they're learning a lot. So we're going to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, if you're not growing, you're dying, and learning a lot is crucial, because it's up to us to further educate ourselves, even outside of this industry. We're talking about in life as a whole. So I love sales. I eat, sleep, and breathe it. I know you do too. We come from similar backgrounds. Me and you actually sold together at another company we worked at a few years back, like 7, 8 years ago. We have a mutual respect for sales, but it's up to us as people, individuals, to continue education. I preach that to the sales guys any opportunity I have when I see them. I know you've read some books this year. I'm reading books this year. I'm about to finish my 20th book this year. My goal was 25. And I told the sales guys, we get a lot of jokes and stuff made about that. But the reality of it is that we have to grow our minds. We have to continue to expand our knowledge, and we have to continue to apply everything we can in every facet of our lives, not just sales. And in turn, we become better at sales. We become better humans, better people. So I want you to talk about some of the things that we've done here at Romans. Like, what are some of the awesome trainings in an industry that really does lack training?
Yeah.
What are some of the awesome trainings that we've done for them in the past? And maybe we can give a little insight on some of the things we have going in the future.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the things that we're doing on a week in and week out basis with the team, we spend an hour or two, every Tuesday discussing, what were our results and what led to successes in the field with the people. If they ended up getting they knocked a door and got a lead for 5 inspections. It's a victory. I mean, we celebrate all victories, whether it's an inspection or just having a good conversation with somebody. But every Tuesday we're talking about, hey, insurance reports. We're talking about what was this work order, or what did it lead to, or how did we take care of this client? We're doing slideshows. We're showing, going through damages, how to inspect properties. And this is a week in and week out basis. And I tell everybody, it's like, yeah, you want to kind of really focus and learn, but don't just listen to me. Show up to adjustments. Show up to, when you meet with the insurance adjuster, when somebody else, they're running that appointment. Show up, listen, be a fly on the wall. Talk to this person, that person. Listen to different field adjusters. You want to pull information from everybody and make it your own. Because not everybody's going to sell the same way. I'm not a traditional sales guy, but I try to be honest with people because I sell myself, sell the company. Product, that's the third thing that I sell, but it's like, I don't want to sound like a robot. You got to believe in what you're doing. If people believe you and you honestly believe it, you're trying to give the best product, the best service, people are going to buy from you very easy.
Yeah.
So
we have done some things that we can with not sounding like a robot, and I like some of the points you touched on. And the best one so far, like you said, is that, we're selling ourselves before we're selling the products, which is important because people want to buy from who they can trust. And in a world that's mostly convenience driven, we've moved past the pricing. And I've mentioned this on other podcasts, and regardless of what people think, no one cares about a price anymore. And it's been blatantly obvious over the last few years that it's all about convenience. I know that because we all order pizzas. We order Chinese food. We order, if you're my fiance, you spend a ridiculous amount in Starbucks orders. You know as well as I do that drink does not cost $9 a piece. People make that joke, but it costs like $4.50, $5 a piece. It costs $9 because you had it delivered to the house, and you had it delivered to the house because you didn't want to drive 10 minutes to Starbucks and 10 minutes back. I get it, but stop saying you care about prices. That's the things we're doing.
Right.
So like outside of just the typical conversations that we've had in the background, we've worked with door-to-door coaches.
Yep.
Deshaun Bryant, for those that don't follow him in the industry, Roof Hustlers. I know I'm going to chop this up. He's going to get mad. That's the homie, though. But he's hustle hard, hustle smart.
Yeah.
That guy is very knowledgeable. I started following him in 2017. He was shooting videos on his iPhone. That guy's traveling the country now, doing door-to-door. And by the way, still knocking. Yeah. We're going to touch on that here soon, too, because that's something that drives me nuts. But he's still knocking doors, still out there making his thing. He doesn't do sales anymore. He's taken on a much better role for himself, honestly. He's a people person. He's teaching a lot of people around the country how to be better. And I know that some people will call that fluff, that he's always just teaching the same thing to everybody. So what? He's telling you to be human. He's not teaching you anything. You know what I'm saying? When he came out here, he's telling you to be genuine. And honestly, more people like him are what this industry lacks and needs, because those are the ones that are making all of us not sound like robots. And more important, we're bringing heart and passion to an industry that only cares about money and greed.
Right.
Let's bring some compassion, let's bring some empathy to this field and see what we can do with that. And I like that he's delivering on that. And we are in the Hustlers Academy. We are members of that. I solely believe in him. And like I said, he's one of the homies, and I'm going to back him 100% on anything he does. So he's a great guy for them to follow. But we flew him in here.
Yeah.
For training.
Yeah, I remember last year, I wasn't really in it with you guys, but he did come in, and I was there for a couple of days when you guys had that in-house seminar, and I visited you guys in the field as well a little bit. From what I saw, he is phenomenal. But it's all about a mindset, going with a positive attitude. It's attitude, and if you go into it in a positive way, this job is easy. And I love it, and he makes it easy because you're just having honest, real conversations.
Well, I like to say simple. not necessarily easy. I don't want anybody to get, don't mistake the hustle for something sweet. It's not sweet over here. I promise you that way. But it can be. It can be simple. It's never easy, but it can be simple. Yeah. Sales is something that I believe can be taught. Whether or not other people do, that's fine. Yeah. I believe everybody inside of them in some way, shape, or form has already sold in their lives, and they can sell. They can. Yep. They just choose not to. It's a comfort zone thing. Yep. And it's not for the faint of heart. Even Deshaun and a couple other people, they call it like a gem. I forget what Deshaun's line is, so I'm not going to try to use it. I think it's the 9th wonder of the world. Regardless, that's what this industry is. It is a hidden diamond. But you got to dig through a lot of shit to get to that diamond. Yeah. It is hard to get to that diamond. It is buried beneath some treacherous shit. Yeah. And a lot of people just don't have it in them. They don't have the 3-4 months without a paycheck to start off. They don't have the rely on themselves to make their money, even though that means you can make what you want. Yep. A lot of them just don't have that. They don't have that dog in them. Yeah. And you got to have a little bit of that dog in you, and I can teach you how to do the rest, but you got to want more for you. Yep. And they just don't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like, when I mean easy, it's like that mindset. If you think it's just having conversations with people, and you got to have the mindset, okay, have a reason why you're leaving the house every day. When I leave the house, I'll say this out loud as I'm walking out the door. It's time to make some money. And what I mean by that is when I'm leaving my family behind, and I've got to go support them. I want to take care of them. I want to give it my best effort. So get out of the house 7 a.m., 6:30 a.m., get to the office, start working, and then get to the field, have conversations with people. Having good, easy conversations is going to lead to success, and never give up. Yeah, people are going to say no, but I'm going to reference something in baseball. It's like, as a closer, well, not everybody's going to say yes. You're going to fail, but you got to let it get past it and keep moving forward. And you keep that mindset. Every no is going to get you that little bit closer to a yes. So, and then you're just stacking victories.
And that's the name of the game. No matter what anybody says, and I was saying this actually before we started filming, if I took the average person out there, anybody listening or watching us right now, if I were to take you and you're sitting there and you're debating about joining sales, or you're thinking, hey man, sales might be my path, but I'm a little nervous. I'm telling you right now, if I take you out right now with zero experience, and I said, me and you, we're going to go knock doors from 10 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock at night. And at the end of that, I guarantee you I can get you a sign. Yeah. I can get you a sign. And there are so many people out there that are questioning that right now, and they have no idea. It is a numbers game. This is just like, anything else in life. This is a numbers game. If you hit more doors and you develop a stronger pitch as the process goes along, and you look more for damage, and you're finding better homes that have the damage by following the path of these storms, and you're putting yourself in a position to win, you're going to win. You're going to succeed. You have to seize the opportunities. But some of these sales reps, they're so talented. They're so talented, but they come in tainted by this industry because of the freedom. They have too much freedom at their fingertips. So what they're doing is they're going out and they're signing 2 and 3 signs, and that's great. And they're doing this daily. And they're ending the week with good numbers, and they're ending the year over $1 million, which, by the way, $1 million in this industry is no longer something you can brag about. No. That's not to downplay it, because you have to have some sort of hustle to get $1 million, but we're looking at average claims now of upwards of $20,000, $24,000 on an average. So when you're averaging something like that, $1 million doesn't seem, what it used to be. No. The average claim when I joined this industry was $12,000 to $15,000. You're selling $1.5 million then, $2 million. You were somebody to be reckoned with. Now you're coming in and you're selling $1 million, and it's mediocre. It's mediocre now. But that's not to take away from that. Again, like, you have to have some type of drive to do that. But my point is that you're coming in an industry and you guys are selling $1 million with half effort. What happens when you maximize your effort? Right. That's what I struggle with to get with some of the guys we have. We got a couple people on our team that you're a $2 million sales guy. That's it. You got to get out there. Drive. Yeah. Like, why are we going home at 2 signs at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Why aren't we staying out later and hustling more? It's just, that's something that we have to deal with sales reps moving forward. And it's a huge hurdle when we're bringing in new talent. Right. It's something that you just don't want to go over. But I think a lot of the drive and a lot of the mindset has to do with the stuff that's being shoved down our throats on a consistent basis out there right now. So, you know as well as I do, some of these conventions that we've been to, some of the smaller ones. I know you haven't been in any of the. We're going to bring you to a larger one,
Yeah,
though.
that's the goal. That's what you guys
when
keep
are we
telling
going
me.
in January?
Oh, was that Door-to-Door Con?
Door-to-Door Con.
Yeah.
So Sam Taggart does Door-to-Door Con. If you guys don't know him, look him up. He has a whole university on closings and sales pitch and stuff. And he's one of the industry gurus, I guess. But he has this event, and it's a very good event. There's no branding whatsoever. There's no recruiting whatsoever, which I like that. It's sometimes it's good to get away from sales when we're away from this. But there's no recruiting of any sort. We're just going there to gain knowledge, and it's everybody who's in the door-to-door field, like everybody. I mean, solar, pest control, alarms, roofing, everybody. So we're all under one building. We're learning new things in the industry, learning new companies in the industry that we can work with and stuff, and that's great. But there are some things in this industry that it's lacking with the training. What type of struggles are you seeing, out there?
I mean, the main thing for the guys, it's like you said, it's having that will basically to, start early, finish late, because they kind of settle, once they get a couple signs in. So that's the ever so in battle that we're trying to figure out, just like every company. But you got a few guys out there, even new. Some of our new people are phenomenal. They're out there early, 9 a.m., grinding, knocking doors, 10 a.m., staying out. Sun's coming down. It's dark, and they're still signing deals. So we got to find ways to inspire them, and it's good to be around when we go to Door Con to hear other people's mindsets, how they go about doing business on a day in and day out, the grind, essentially. I'm excited to see what we can learn. Back to pulling parts from different people so you can learn different things and make it your own. So
and a lot of these guys are seeing people making money around them, and for whatever reason, they're just not believing. We can look at social media influencers and even roofing influencers on a big spectrum here. We can look at them and review each one individually. And I don't want to do that, but I will say as a whole concept behind social media, a lot of people are so behind, and they think so medieval when it comes to social media, when it comes to websites, when it comes to everything. 90% of purchases right now have to be done online. It's got to be pretty close to it. Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt and say 70. It's far over 50.
Yeah.
Like we're swaying into online purchasing only. I was on TikTok 2 weeks ago and I ordered sweaters. I ordered like a vintage Notre Dame sweater, and my fiance ordered her vintage Chicago Bears one. And I've bought numerous things off there, but the marketing is so impactful on TikTok, and I know I'm being sold, and I still just I gotta buy it. Like I still want it, you know. And just having a presence on social media is huge, and people are falling asleep on it. But then some of the stuff that's being shoved down our throats is poison too.
Yeah,
it really is. Like I'm watching some people that are giving advice on door-to-door knocking and sales in general, and they haven't sold anything or knocked a door since George Bush was in office.
Yeah,
like we're allowing these people to get on these platforms because of honestly, it has to be because of the platform they hold. It has to be because of the collaboration to get the notoriety. But some of these guys shouldn't be up there. I don't give a shit about someone who's already a millionaire and wants to tell me how he went from 50 million to 150 million by growing his company. Great, dude. I'd rather hear about the guy in Iowa who sold $1 million in year one and then managed to turn it into a $5 million company the following year. Like, what did that guy do? Let me hear some of those stories.
Yeah.
Or even better, let's get an Arkansas company in here that doesn't have access to the public adjusters, that solely relies on the relationship built with that client individually, that hired a brand new sales team, and they came in and they went from 1 million to year two at 3 million, and then year three you're at 17 million, and then they're at 40 million. Well, let's talk to them. Let's stop having the guys that everybody knows up there, and let's start getting other people in there.
Yeah.
People are writing books, and that's great, and that's impressive, and it's hard. That's something that takes dedication. Kudos to you guys for writing books. Also, that should tell you right there, if they got time to write 10 and 15 books, they're not selling, guys.
Right.
They're helping you. They're helping people grow internally, and I believe in that solely. But when we're going to these events and we're being put on these front rows and we're being shown people who are going to teach us how to change our lives, well, then let's see some people who are changing lives. Let's see people up there that are directly affecting our industry on a day in and day out basis. I want to hear about Bill in Iowa. I want to hear about Michelle in Arkansas. I want to hear about Cody in Colorado. You know, I want to hear about the people who are coming up that are doing it without without the platforms and without the notoriety. Also, there's a lot of marketing people out there. Let me hear from some of them. There are people doing great things on TikTok, great things on Instagram that are helping our industry. A lot of people just don't have access to that. And it makes me wonder a lot of things, but limiting ourselves cannot be one of those things. Like we cannot allow ourselves to just fall into the trap to believe that everything we're seeing is fake, because while it is a lot of fluff, and we can expose that later on and discuss it if you guys want to, but the reality is that those people still make money.
Yep.
So whatever they're telling you has worked at some point in time in their lives. So I'm a big Gary Vaynerchuk fan, Gary V. A lot of people give me shit about that. I've been roasted for the beginning. And the truth is I know that a lot of stuff he says is fluff, but I started with him. That was what I got into when I first got into influencers. I didn't even know what they were. Him and Eric Thomas, which I still love Eric as well. But those guys, they do a good thing. And people shit on them. People will tell you that Gary Vee's all fake and all blah, blah, blah. Well, that's great, but at the end of the day, he still owns a $280 million company.
Yeah.
You know, how much fluff is involved in there? You still own, you know, you still make a bunch of money. Sam Taggart hasn't knocked doors in a while. He still makes a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Deshaun knocks every weekend, but he travels the world training people. He makes a good amount of money. Grant Cardone, we see his videos. You know, they make a good amount of money. These people that have 65, 70, $80 million companies, they make bread. None of us are saints. We're not doing this for free. But there has to be a point in time where some sales reps that are listening or maybe watching, there's got to be a point in time where you say, hey, man, you know, I could do this too. And I think if we got more people that were willing to help others and step up and take care of the clients the way that they should, I think our industry as a whole would have a better reputation. We have to become more professional at some point. We have to start caring more about others instead of ourselves. I used to laugh when people said that the less you care about the money you make, the more money you make. And it used to be cool chasing six figures, and it meant a lot in the beginning because I was just a sales rep and I had the wrong mindset. But as I've gotten not only older, but as I've gotten into the role we're at now of being a managing partner and running something special like this, I've become in the mindset now of like, it's cooler to help make somebody else six figures than it is for you to make six figures. And how many more people can you do? And I have a list that I've been working on, and I have goals that I want to put on there, but I've been able to turn around 9 lives into six figures and never had that before. And that's like a way better feeling than making six figures.
100%. So yeah, let me dive into that a little bit. You know, when I got in this industry, it was, I got to change my family's lives, but I never really tracked how much money I made. What I enjoy is taking care of a client, you know, customer experience, and changing the way they see their home, because their home is their number one, you know, investment. And when you see you can change somebody's life that way, I loved it. I love this industry because I'm changing, you know, people's homes. So I always try to put myself in the customer's shoes. So, you know, it's construction. Sometimes things happen and we got to fix things. But I wanted, as a sales rep, my job was to ensure to keep it as minimal as possible, have them have a great experience, and the money will take care of itself. To this day, I still don't know how much money I'm making. My wife doesn't complain. I mean, I do pretty well. I'm assuming. I told her just never buy a kitchen without me. But my goal is to, like you just said, change people's lives. I want to change our employees' lives.
Yeah,
you know?
and not just our employees, like the customers too. Like you said, that's huge. Getting to know a customer on a personal level and helping them, and I get excited about that. I know we've done closings together, and I approach every sales person that I'm working with, any customer that I have, with the same respect I would approach anybody with. But more importantly, I try to get to know them outside of just the roof. I always try to do that. You know, you've been in work orders with me. I'll spend more time on the floor in the living room, literally laying on my back playing with their dog while you're going over the work order with them, because I want to get to know the dog too. You know what I'm saying? I like to know the dogs on first basis. Going to a customer's house and the dog coming up to you because it remembers you. I have multiple clients of that. I love dogs. They all know that. So like, I'm into that. I'll talk to customers about their cars, their decorations, pictures in their houses. I want them to not only trust that I'm taking care of them in the roof, but I'm also like, I genuinely care. I save my customers' names in my phone, so when they call me, I can text them. They can text me or whatever. You know, like I know who they are. I don't have to answer the phone. Hello, and start a conversation hoping that I'll be able to discover who it is, along the way. And so many sales reps do that. If I can give you one word of advice as a sales rep here real quick, if you're not going to listen to anything else I'm saying to you, at least listen to this. And I got this advice in year 1 in sales and it changed my life. Save your customer's name in your phone as soon as you interact with them. Yep. Even if you don't sign them, save that customer in your phone. If you have a hard time remembering them, put a little note in the note section on your phones and say, so-and-so from whatever street, talk to you about this, blah, blah, blah. Learn to do that, because when they call you, and they will, answering the phone, hey, Brian, hey, Mr. Johnson, is a lot better than answering the phone, hello? Are letting it go to voicemail and not answering your phone, which is a huge mistake in this industry. That phone, you better answer it. When I tell my sales reps, when I call them, they don't answer the phone, I leave a voicemail and I say, you're not answering for me, I guarantee you're not answering for them as well. So that's the way I look at it. But save them in your phone, guys. It will save you headaches. It will make you look more professional. Those people then understand that it's more than a dollar sign. They actually have a name with you, and that's important. It's crucial. I put the dog's name inside my notes in my phone, so when I go to their house, I can look at it real quick if I don't remember. I usually do, though, because I love dogs. But that goes a long way. I get out of the house, hey, Miss Johnson, how are you? Oh, Bucky, hey, how you doing? Say hi to him. Nobody has a dog named Bucky, by the way. But just to say hi to them, it's like, dude, it helps you. And so many people, just simple things, man.
Yeah.
Simple things. And we just avoid doing them. But yeah, please save the phone. Save the number, guys.
That's easy. Yeah.
Just look, at least try to look professional if you're not going to be, and these events coming up here. We're ending the year. I'm going to RoofCon next week. The sales guys aren't with us. We're going to door-to-door con next year. They will be with us. You got IRE coming, CRCA. Got a lot of stuff coming up. Yep. So what are we going to do over the winter to prep these guys? And I guess for people listening in that think that a common misconception in this industry from friends, family, and everything, they think that our year ends in a month. They think that November means there's no more roofing, there's no more siding, the claims just shut off, everybody's done. Clearly, that is not how a business operates. So Can you dive into what type of trainings we're going to do over the winter and how sales never is done at that time?
Yeah, we still knock doors in winter as well. Even if it's 5 degrees, we're not getting on roofs. Nobody's allowed to get on a roof with any kind of moisture on the roof. It's not safe.
But what are we blessed with here in the Midwest?
We're blessed with a lot of aluminum siding.
Siding.
100% guys are going to be coming in. Weather's bad. We're going to break down insurance reports, understanding the scope of loss. We're going to understand every component in the roof, every component in the siding, and how to essentially upsell, during work contracts as well. Planting seeds, have people understand that, hey, if you do this, this might be a good time to do, this other thing here.
And we say upsell, and we say that like it's a bad thing. And I want people to understand that, we're still salesmen, guys. Come on. We're still salesmen. But when we upsell, what we mean by that is that we're going to present the customer with something a little bit better than what we have for our standard package.
Correct.
Upsell is like, we want to push you to a Malarkey shingle, SBS modified shingle. We want to push you guys to a level 4 impact shingle. And I don't care if people don't understand that or not, but like, you're in the Midwest. We're sitting here in Indiana, right outside of Chicago. The winds are insane. The hail, now we're in a tornado alley, and now Illinois is part of that. It's like shifted this way. So we saw some crazy weather this year. I don't even know how many tornadoes were in Illinois. It was absurd, over 20.
Yep.
Check it out, guys. Look up the tornado activity in this area and how the weather has shifted, the weather patterns. It's getting wild out here. We got a lot of stuff to work on still.
Oh yeah, so upsell in the industry. Yes, we were trying to increase the job, upgrades. We give opportunities when we're meeting with the client. Say, hey, you have aluminum siding. Here's, maybe we go to James Hardy board siding. Maybe we do LP siding, and we offer those options. And obviously there's a price difference. So we figure out that pricing, but understanding that sale process.
So homeowners that are listening in, or anybody else listening in, you guys got to understand that when this job comes in, these are all figurative numbers. So let's just say it's $20,000. We got a roof, we got siding. It's $20,000 being paid for. Roof's knocked out with 10. Again, figurative numbers, guys. Relax. Roof's knocked out with 10. Another 10 for the siding. But you could do hardy board for $15,000 on the house. We can go to that homeowner now. We could say, hey, look, we're going to do it the way the insurance company's paying for it. We could do it whatever they prescribe in their scope of work is what we're going to do. That's what our job is. We take our marching orders from them. We got that 100%. But we have the capabilities of you upgrading to a much superior siding, much superior, for $5,000, what would normally cost $15,000, because the insurance company's paying $10,000 for the siding, and we're doing an equal or better product, so it is legal to do that, and we can upgrade that. So it's not really upselling, like we say, but we're getting you guys already a ridiculous rate on your roof and siding for just a deductible in most cases. But then you throw in the element of being able to essentially redo your home in much stronger material moving forward.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good opportunity. So we like to roll that out. So I just wanted to correct the wording a little bit.
My bad.
He's a salesman at heart.
I'm a
He's salesman at heart.
But yeah, I can't wait till a storm hits my house. So I've been dying for James Hardy board siding. So yeah, we're gonna do so much training over winter. We got time. Technology. I don't know if we have time to talk today about it, but drones. I mean, I've been flying a drone for 3 years. I am drone certified, and I'm excited to start helping the team. Certain people, individuals, to get to where they have their license and start using that, so we can limit people getting on roofs.
And the drones draw so much attention. As a sales rep, you got to love when someone's out there flying a drone. All the neighbors want to be part of it. They want their house filmed. They want to check it out. Like, they just love the drone.
Yeah.
And I think that's slept on too. That's something that probably a lot of people don't even look at. So I know that a lot of marketing people like Spark Raw, the people who work with us, they're awesome. I know a lot of them use drones. Drones are amazing tools for videos, and just it's kind of played out in our industry. Nobody gives a shit anymore about the drone video on the roofs, unless you do it well. Like, they got those videos where there's 30 dudes in the snow on the side of a roof they shouldn't be on to begin with, and they're just throwing nails in there with the guns hanging down on them. Those are cool videos.
Yeah.
People with those, keep those going. If you got a video like that, we're hanging off the ledge of a building 3 stories up, and these guys are hitting a nail gun that's hanging off their belt. That's dope. Yes, you need a drone for that, but people don't understand that drones are working in our industry far different than how you guys use them. People are out there making cool videos, following fireworks with them, chasing their kids around, strapping GoPros to dogs and flying above like a dog chaser. And it's great. It's great. We're using them to help homeowners actually be able to investigate the roof on a safer level for people. We're finding leaks. We're finding moisture exposures on roofs without even going up there. It's incredible what we're doing with drones. And I think that a lot of people they sleep on that part of this. They don't understand that. That's like the way of the future. There's a company coming out now that you were recently talking about. Tell us a little bit about them.
So RoofHawk AI is something that you can literally take a few photos from the drone and upload it to their link, and they can help basically identify hail damage on a roof. They're saying it's up to 90% accurate. So I'm excited to start learning about it, using it, and see how we can introduce it to our business.
Imagine what you can do with technology like that. The sales guy in me just starts spinning right away, and I'm just thinking, what if you're doing a multiplex unit or a subdivision that's in a gated community and they're owned by one person, the homeowners association. You're in there and they're like, yeah, we want to look at all these. Imagine being able to fly a drone for a day, for an hour, to knock out 15 buildings, and then come back to them the following day or a couple days later with estimates across the board of what it would cost, or let them know, hey, you got some hail here, you got some hail here, maybe a couple buildings, this is what we could do with this one, whatever the case may be.
Yep.
But you're talking about something that would have took us 7 to 10 days to inspect the right way and measure and hand measure and touch all that and document it. And we're able to do that now in an hour.
Yeah. I just did one probably 2 months ago, and it was 10 buildings. Took me an hour and a half. I use it as a tool, as not a replacement to get on a roof, but just to get an initial assessment. Phenomenal.
Put your foot in the door.
Yeah.
It gets 100%. The conversation turning so you can see what your prospect is thinking. Are they leaning toward the retail route? Are they leaning toward the insurance route? Yeah. Do they understand? And it comes back to being fully transparent with your client too. Do they understand that this is not guaranteed? Have they been prepped thoroughly and properly to understand that there's a possibility every roof is not damaged with hail? We won't be able to replace every building, but we're going to do our best. I love that. I love the direction that it's going in. So we're gonna wrap this up here. But if I was to ask you, what's the biggest hurdle you've ran into since you've been in sales, and not a sales rep, you've been in sales director's role, and then what's the most gratifying part? And we'll just touch base on those real quick.
I mean, essentially, when we're dealing with insurance, that's always the toughest part. But if you set the right expectation from the beginning with the clients, do our best to get this approved, most people understand. Some people get a little impatient at times, but so that's one of the most common things that we got to overcome. Sales reps, as far as sales reps, making sure they're working all the time, get them to hustle. And then as far as
outside of the customers,
outside
of the customers, what's the most gratifying part? And the pay. Don't talk about pay and customers. What's the most gratifying part of this?
When your representative, your employee goes buys a house.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We had that
it's
last year.
They had no chance. There's like their mindset was, I'm never going to be able to, and all of a sudden the following year, it's like they're buying a house. Holy, it's just a game changer because, you're changing their life, and it's
some people out there look at that as debt, and I understand it. I get it completely. Some people are cool with paying rent. If, long term, maybe you're the winners in that deal. I have no idea, but a lot of us, most of us, our first goal is to buy a home. We've just been programmed to believe that that's what we need to do. There is a sense of pride though in owning your own thing. Now, when that water heater goes out or something, you quickly regret being a homeowner. But at the end of the day, man, walking around your house and just looking around, that's your castle. Like, you're the king of that. However big or however small it is, it doesn't make a difference because it's your shit. You know what I'm saying? You're the king.
Exactly.
But we're going to end it on that, guys. If you guys see us out there, man, say hi, Roman's Roofing. We want to talk to people. You guys stop in our office. That's what this is all about. We shoot it right here in Hobart, Indiana, 405 Main Street. Come by, dude.
Yep.
Come by. We want to hear from you guys. Comment on stuff. Send us messages. We're here to help you guys. Let's pick our brains.
Yep.
Let's do it. We'll see you guys on the next one.